anti-Blackness has become a worldwide tradition.
Yes.
It's not even, it's no longer structural. There's a cultural tradition of anti-Blackness. Most cultures, even like cultures that have themselves been persecuted, have a word.
No doubt.
They have a word to say in their culture.
That's right.
They have a word to say. Now, particularly, it's been my understanding that when they use that word, a lot of times that word is focused at the Black American.
No. Yep.
A lot of times, not all the time, right? But a lot of times there's a specific burden sometimes, at least that I feel as a Black American, and that's because my culture is to be harvested and not to be invested into. So my culture can be harvested by anyone. It can be harvested as a Black American by other Black people from around the world. But there's not an investment that has to be made into it. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like you can harvest my culture, you can dress or act or behave as I behave, and then go and do something completely else that I can't access. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't do the things that you would do as a Nigerian or as a Jamaican or anything like that. Those are you guys' culture. And in order for—
But why wouldn't you? Like, but I push back on that. Absolutely you could.
Well, I'm not saying that I couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm saying that,
I
like—
get where you're coming from. No,
I'm not saying that I couldn't. I'm saying that—
It's like
oh, that
free,
is
it's
foreign.
like,
You're saying that it's foreign.
Black American culture is like free domain.
It's free.
Like free domain. There's no protection over it.
Because and so what you see a lot of times is people, in my opinion, in a way that's not always the most nutritious way, try to establish some cultural protection on what it means to be Black American. Saying that we have our own culture, that we've established, our own thing that we've established, and that is also sacred to us. Now, what I don't think is that there should be anything that happens to where we get out of cultural sharing as Black people. Black was co-opted by Black people. It was invented by somebody else, but co-opted by Black people so that we could be strong. So that Black power, solidarity, Pan-Africanism, all of that stuff, so that we could be stronger and so that we could establish a set of ethics and values that allow us to care about one another. But I think it's also important for us to remember, and I can't get into specifically the feelings and experiences of you guys and some of the things you might have experienced from Black Americans, some of the differences that might go on even on the continent or in the diaspora, right? And I also shouldn't try. What I should try to do is understand that we are facing things in this world that don't know that you're different than me, that don't understand that there's anything different. And those things and the tradition that we establish trying to fight them have to be together. But that doesn't mean— this is the way I look at the diaspora. I think the best way to do it is like the best way to go about this is how do we talk about each other when the other person is not in the room? Like, how do I talk about my Nigerian brothers, my Jamaican brothers, my brothers from the islands, my brothers from South America when they're not around? Do I talk about them as if they are me? Or do I seek to set cultural limits and exclusions from them? I learned a word when I was in my 20s. I'll tell you something, and the word was akata.
Akata.
Oh, hey.
You know this word, right?
Oh, we know it.
Oh,
we know
You
it.
ever see the movie Sugar Hill?
Bro, when that first happened, so what's this? When that first happened, I saw that movie, then I forgot about that part, right? And so I was actually,
You saw Sugar Hill?
No.
With Wesley Snipes?
Oh, yes.
I was actually interested in a girl, and she was Nigerian.
Oh, okay.
And her brother told me the word. Like, so listen to me.
Oh, no.
I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. You mean to tell me that Wesley Snipes, that serious, that real?
Oh, no.
I was like, I thought that was for the movie. He goes, yeah, it doesn't mean that, but this is what it means, and this is the reason why you might have a problem getting my parents to like love you and take. Now, he ended up just kind of with me, not being wrong, not being all the way real with me. But my question then was, why was there a word for the Black American in Nigerian culture?
So I caught that the way I've understood it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead.
Is that like for me, like the way I speak, I'm born here in the United States, so I speak with an American accent, right? Furthermore, I'm from the West Coast, right? So that sounds a lot different from, the South and so on and so forth, right? So when I go back home, Akata is almost as like, oh, he's Americanized. It's probably the best translation I can give it. Like you're a little disconnected, but it's okay. You're Nigerian, right? But that also, the deeper meaning to that, to me, the layer underneath that is the fact that for so long, Africans have been looked at as, like, oh, you're the other one, right? Like you're just, nobody wants, you want to be disconnected from Africa because it's poor, it's this, it's all these bad, attributes. And so that term is going, oh, you've been disconnected from us, right? You've been disconnected, but not in a disrespectful way, but mostly in a way. And it's over the years has turned into this slight little diss, right? Like, oh,
it's a gigantic diss.
Yeah. Like, right. Because to me, I felt like it was, and you might have your own different opinion on it. But for me, I always looked at it as like a protective thing, like I have to protect our culture because these ones are coming in, maybe perhaps looking down on me. But here's the last thing, I'll give it to you. When you go back home and you show the respect, and I just came back in April.
Okay.
I didn't get any of the looks, because sometimes they can say it without even saying it, right? Everybody was so welcoming because there's a respect for the culture, right? And there's not like, oh, you're coming in thinking that you're better than me because you live in America and you know differently or whatever. So there's not that disrespect. And so, yeah, I'll kind of end it there and give it to you.
But what you're saying is, in an attempt to protect your culture, there was a term that was invented that was derogatory to somebody outside of it that is still black.
That's your theory.
Right.
Yeah.
If that's
my interpretation.
If that's your interpretation, that is why somebody would call you a tether. They would call you a tether for the exact same reason. The term tether and akata are the same. The
trying to be black American.
Both terms are terms that are like most racial slurs are seek to denigrate another culture, right? But the reason why they're doing that is because, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying they are seeking to establish the sanctity of black American culture in the same way whomever came up with the term.
But then how do you then treat bicultural people? Because I know this because my wife is biracial.
Okay.
And so I now see it differently, right? And so she's talked to me about this. My pastor back in San Diego, Pastor Miles, biracial. And I never understood it because I grew up in an all black neighborhood, grew up in a Nigerian household, right? But he was saying like, I'm not white enough. I'm not black enough. Where do I belong? And you just get casted away. And so it becomes a very difficult challenge when you're having them. I'm like, everything that has happened to you here in America in my generation, right? I'm not going back to from 1979 forward. Everything that you've experienced, I've experienced. You can't tell me anything differently, right?
Certainly.
And so, but then I've also, on a second hand, have experienced a lot of stuff through my parents' stories, through their life, through the way they live and their culture. So I'm going, wait, I just don't belong?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
New drop. It's in 154 collection, embroidered mask shirt. We got the soccer jerseys in.
Gold.
You can see it. Come on, you know what you gotta do. 154africa.com. Go get it. Stop wasting time.
Look, 154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home.